prayer of the pledge. May the God known to each of us provide the strength and wisdom to perform the duties and fulfill the responsibilities required by our oaths of office. May our actions be pleasing to God and meet the expectations of the citizens we serve. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Go ahead and call the meeting to order for July 6, 2023. Council members, you have minutes from June 22nd before you. What is your pleasure?
I'll make a motion to accept them as discussed.
A second.
Motion in a lot of seconds. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item is to approve tonight's agenda for July 6, 2023. Have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Before we get into citizens register speak, we wanted to recognize one of our employees who has recently retired. As a matter of fact, his retirement luncheon was just a few days ago, and Anthony Red, as we all affectionately call him, we wanted to formally recognize you in a council meeting. So if you'd come forward, I have a plaque for you, sir, and I also have a proclamation for you. So I want to present you with this plaque, and I'm going to read you the proclamation. And our proclamation on behalf of the council says, whereas service to others is a hallmark of character and central to how we meet our challenges, and whereas Anthony Red Short has embodied these ideals by serving citizens of Barboursville honorably for over 40 years during his career, 43 to be exact, and whereas Anthony Red Short has been recognized by his efforts by his peers at the Village of Barboursville for his work ethic and dedication to the community, and whereas Anthony Red Short has taken a follow-me attitude, serving his community, never asking others what he wasn't willing to do for himself. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Chris Tatum, Mayor of the Village of Barboursville, West Virginia, do hereby proclaim July 6, 2023 as Anthony Red Short Day in Barboursville, West Virginia.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You did good.
Chris, you don't mind if I say this a little?
No, not at all. Absolutely.
I've been fortunate to work with Anthony for 14 years. He's been a good partner. It didn't take very long for me and Anthony to click. Within just a few months, he knew what I needed. He could pretty well read my mind when we were out on the jobs, and that means a lot when you're working with somebody. And one of the most rememberable moments I got with Anthony remember about him. I was laying in my bedroom over by the Barboursville Baptist Church, and it was 22 below zero that day. The wind chill was 20 below zero. Here comes Anthony with a Gravely tracker with a snow blower. I guess he made Steve Parsons a little angry, so he got punished for it. I understand. Here comes Anthony down the sidewalk, and I mean the wind is blowing the snow directly back on him. Goes all the way uptown, comes back, and as he's coming back, he looks like the abominable snowman. He had like 2-3 inches of snow just plastered all over him, frozen in it. But I will never forget that day. I thought, who in the world would be out there in this weather cleaning? I found out he got in trouble, so he got punished for it. And then when I first came to work here, Anthony had went on vacation. And I get in the work truck. Of course, we work in the sewer, and everything smells pretty bad along with the work truck. So I no more to get down the road. I thought, man, this truck just keeps getting stronger and stronger. A little short here, put a couple of stick bombs underneath the floor. They busted on. Between him and Joe, let me tell you, we had a lot of good times, and I'll never forget the moments that we've had in working together. And it's been a privilege and an honor to work with this guy right here. And like you said, he served this city for 43 years, and that's something to say.
That's awesome.
43 years of his life here, and that's awesome. And it's a great place to work.
honored.
You're welcome, you're welcome, brother.
Well-deserved retirement, my friend, congratulations.
Now, you ready to have him back?
I don't think anybody would argue with us. Have him come back for sure. Before we move on down into our agenda, we are at Citizens Ready to Speak, and I want to recognize Amy Simpson, who is representing the Capital County Fair this evening.
That would be me. It's a tough act to follow. So my name is Amy Simpson. I am with the Capital County Fair. While that is my volunteer gig, I do actually have a paying gig, believe it or not. But I wanted to come over this evening and just kind of talk about the fair. Does everyone know that we do have the Capital County Fair? I'd like to ask that question first. Because a lot of folks tend to think it's just the Milton Fair because that's where the fair is actually at. It's for the moment. But anyway, it's been around for 40 years. We're celebrating our 40th year this year. We have lots of activities going on during the fair. One of the things I wanted to do this evening was to formally invite council to our media dinner on Tuesday at 7 o'clock. So we're gonna have it catered in and everyone can hear all about the things we have going on from each one of our committee members. There's lots of things planned. So I always say there's 150 reasons why I continue doing what I'm doing with the fair. So my kids actually grew up showing in the fair, grew up showing cattle and have aged out. I now have 2 granddaughters who are coming up. But I continue doing it because we have a lot of kids involved, and I think that's probably maybe 2% of the kids in our county that are actually involved in that. It's a fantastic program. Kids learn a lot of responsibility. They know how to raise an animal. Some are learning how many pounds of feed it takes to put 1 pound on their animal. A lot of them don't know that, but that's something my husband's teaching. What's the actual cost? So there's some agribusiness side of it as well. Well, I'm inviting you to the media dinner. Our livestock sale is on Friday night. You don't have to come and buy an animal, but you can come and see what it's all about on Friday. That starts at 7 p.m. as well. So if you've never came, I highly encourage you to come. I'm formally inviting everyone now.
What are your dates of the fair?
So the dates are July the 26th through the 29th, and I have brought some pamphlets with me this evening that I can leave for everyone to pick up if they'd like.
And then you mentioned media dinner on, is that this coming
This
Tuesday?
coming Tuesday,
Okay.
July the
At
11th.
Pumpkin Park? Okay.
At the Fairgrounds, Pumpkin Park, whatever we want to call it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Sorry. Not bad.
Most people know it as the Pumpkin Festival grounds. That's correct. So, anyway, that's all I'm here for.
Thank you for
so
being here
much.
tonight.
I appreciate
Thank you for
it.
the invite too.
Yep.
Council members, I'll send you guys a reminder with those dates out tomorrow morning. Thank you, Amy, for being here.
Thanks for having me.
We have Larry Brumfield, 723 Dean Merritt Street. You have the floor, sir.
At the candidate forum on May the 11th at the Barboursville Senior Center, I asked all the candidates what they thought of paving the walking path around Lake William with asphalt. Patrick Wagoner and Rick Keaton weren't present for that event, so I don't know what their responses would have been. But all the other candidates present said that it was a good idea, and Nisha Freeman said that someone should propose that issue at a city council meeting. So I am doing so tonight, and I'm asking that this paving be done as soon as possible. I waited to move forward on this until the new city council was sworn in this evening. After this meeting tonight, I'm going to email each of you an article I found online about a 1.2 mile walking path that was constructed and paved in Scioto County at ETC Park, and I'm sure you can find other such articles. I'd like for each of you to take a look at that article, use it as a basis, and spend at least 1.5 hours doing your own independent research on this type of work, perhaps finding other such paths that were created and talking with those who constructed them to find out all the difficulties, advantages, costs, possible funding sources, etc., talking with other asphalt paving companies, and coming up with your own individual ideas. And I'd like each of you to respond to my email detailing how much time you spent on this, what you did, and what you found out. The reason being, that way each of you would be independently knowledgeable about path paving when you all get together and come to some consensus about the best way forward on this project. The totality of all the information gathered in this way will make the next step forward very clear, I think, because of its comprehensiveness. I'm going to report at the next city council meeting what each of you did with my request, which is a sincere request of a citizen of Barboursville. If you choose to do nothing, I will make that known loud and clear, because I do believe public accountability for the actions or the non-actions of each of the city council members is very important. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments. We do not have anyone else registered to speak tonight, so we'll move right into, we don't have old business, but there is a matter that you guys have before you, is the audit report from the state auditor's office. We have, as you all know, our budget is submitted, reviewed by the state of West Virginia every year. All the budget revisions go through the state of West Virginia, the auditor's office, and our finances are reviewed by the state auditor's office every year. Your audit that you have before you has 0 findings, as evidenced by how well finances are taken care of by our finance director, John Blatt, and his staff. We appreciate your work. The audit report was clean and perfect, so thank you for your diligence. Moving into new business, we have 2 items. The first is coal severance budget revision 1 for fiscal year 2023-2024. John.
This is budget revision that we're required to do and get turned in by the 15th of July for the coal severance fund. So this is to align our assigned fund balance from what we budgeted to what we expect it to be at the end of June 30. We still have an outstanding payment of from coal severance that we would have to record that we don't know the amount, but it's for time before 6:30. So this is an estimate, and the total amount was $4,200 that we're going to increase the fund balance, and therefore we will increase the City Hall expenditure budget by $4,200 in this budget amendment.
I'll entertain a motion to approve the coal severance budget revision number 1.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item is to the upfit equipment for 3 police vehicles. This, for benefit of Rachel and Rick, this was previously discussed when we when the police department presented to council before. You guys have not been privy to that discussion, but this is approval for an expenditure that was already discussed. Chief, did you want to speak to that at all? Or John, did you all want to?
Well, right now, we're waiting for delivery on the 3 of them. And we've been waiting. I actually spoke with the dealership. It's north of Philadelphia. And as previously stated, we have been having a really rough time getting vehicles, whether it be the computer chips or whatnot. So the state bid anymore is not locally not worked out well. So we've had to seek elsewhere to be able to get these vehicles. So we're kind of at the wheel. If we don't get them probably within the next couple of weeks, we'll probably make the trek ourselves and go up and bring them back.
Yeah, and this is the equipment that goes on those vehicles once they're here. So we're approving the purchase for the vehicles to be outfitted once they're here.
Right.
In the amount of $43,437.75. And I'll need a motion to approve that amount.
I'll make a motion we approve, as stated.
A second.
Motion and a second on the floor. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. That brings us to the end of our agenda for this evening. Again, I'll say that I'm super happy to be serving with all of you, and I'm excited about the new administration for the next 4 years. And I appreciate all of your willingness to serve as well. So thank you. Nice crowd tonight. Good to see everyone. That's all I have, Rachel.
Thank you all for coming. I'm excited to serve you all, and I'll be learning to the best of my ability, but I am really excited, so thank you all.
Again, thank you all for coming. It is a great crowd to see. Danny, I have one question over on the Plung Avenue, which is directly across from Ken Buzz's house. We've talked about it numerous times before, but that water leak If it is the water company, we need to get them on it, because there was a massive spot on the road this morning when we went out walking, so it's just something we need to keep on top of.
Okay, we'll look at that tomorrow.
Thank you. That's all.
John and Finance Department, thank you, for your diligence in coming with not even a penny. That speaks highly of you as a leader and those that work with you. Thank you for representing our city financially, that even the state thinks that you are amazing. I'm excited for the next 4 years to be on council, and I think we've got, let's hope that COVID doesn't come in and destroy it. But I think we've got a lot of, things in the kitty that we had discussed last time, that hopefully we can see some things through that, we were held back on. And of course, I can't wait to get together and hear everybody's new ideas on what's best for the city and its people. Thank you.
Well, I was on council 15, 16 years ago, but I have, everything's brand new for me. I am, as the time went on, I've become more excited, so excited to do what I can for the city of Barboursville. But if anybody ever needs anything, please contact me anytime. But I would want everybody to know that I'm very excited to be on the city council.
Red, I just want to thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. I hope you can enjoy time away from here. But Rachel, Rick, welcome to the gang. I'm excited to see what we can accomplish together, and glad to have you all here for your first official meeting. And then I just wanted to see if we could maybe, we have multiple teams going to be represented in the state level for Little League. If there's something we could do as a city to help sponsor.
We typically
Some of the
do.
travel
I'll reach out to
just
the
to
board president this week.
Make sure we can not overlook that.
They're fine. They're not on the state tournament yet. Some of them, are they still playing district, or they determined who all's going?
Some are.
It's, yeah, there's some officially going to state. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I'll
and
reach
then
out. I'll reach
A lot
out
of the
to
girl
the
teams are going to be
president.
hosted here as well.
Okay.
So there's 2 tournaments, I think 2 here. Is that correct?
3 terms.
3.
I'll reach out to the league president
Okay.
tomorrow.
That's all I've got.
Yep.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'd like to say I'm excited about everything, the new administration and everything coming in here, and thank you, Red, yet again for your service. You've done the city very well over the years. I wanted to mention about the budget. I don't think I've ever seen, when you hire someone to go over a budget, make recommendations and everything like that, you know, at the end of it, you know, you expect something, even if it's kind of insignificant and everything. It's almost as if John pulled these last 2 pages out. And thank you. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. But not even a recommendation from the auditor and everything like that. It's pretty impressive. And hey, great to see everyone here. It's nice to see a good crowd. I hope that continues throughout everything. Sometimes you think it's either really good news or really bad news whenever there's a big crowd at this meeting, but you know, we like to have this as a regular crowd. So thank you.
Sure. Just a note for council, our next scheduled meeting is the 18th. I'd like to have a work session before then. There's a matter that we need to take up that involves the sanitary board and some funding, so I'd like to schedule a work session. I think 7 o'clock will be okay to do it a half hour before, but I'll send a notification out to you guys via Rachel, and we'll plan on a work session, a short work session before the official meeting at 7:30 on the 18th. Everybody good with that? Okay. Check your calendars. If you're not, we can make arrangements. But if you have a conflict, just let me know as soon as possible so we can make arrangements with everybody else. But we'll plan on a work session at 7 o'clock for the 18th.
No, I'm just joking.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait, you're one of the people who should have the least conflict.
Yeah,
They retired too, man.
I know. I'm bragging about too.
Anyway, that is all the business before us this evening. Is there anything we can do to the order? If not, we will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you everyone for coming.